Quick question. When was the last time you did just one thing? Not one thing while also checking your phone, half planning dinner, replaying that conversation from 3 days ago, and wondering if you left the stove on. One thing, your whole mind, pointed at one thing. For most of us, the honest answer is, I genuinely can't remember. Our attention is scattered across 20 open tabs, all day, every day. And we've started to think that that's just normal. That's just how a mind is. I don't think it's normal. I think it's a skill we've let atrophy. And I want to talk about the one practice that rebuilds it. The skill that, once you have it, sharpens every other skill you own. You won't have to believe anything strange to use it. You'll just have to try it and watch what happens. The practice is meditation. And I need to clear away some baggage first, because the word comes loaded. When a lot of people hear meditation, they picture something mystical. Robes, incense, emptying your mind into blissful nothingness. Becoming a person who never gets annoyed in traffic. And if that's the bar, everyone fails on day one, decides they're bad at meditation, and quits. So forget all of that. Here's what meditation actually is, stripped down. It's sitting down and practicing pointing your attention at one thing and noticing, gently, every time it wanders and bringing it back. That's it. That's the whole exercise. Pick one thing. Your breath is the classic because it's always with you. And rest your attention on it. Your mind wanders in about 4 seconds. You notice. You bring it back. It wanders again. You bring it back again. And here's the part everyone gets backwards. The wandering isn't the failure. The bringing it back is the rep. You're not failing at meditation when your mind drifts 100 times. You're getting 100 repetitions of catching it and returning. That is the workout. The drifting is the resistance you're lifting against. It's a gym for your attention. And like any gym, the point isn't to be good at it on day one. The point is to keep showing up. So why does this matter more than almost anything else you could practice? Because focus is the skill underneath every other skill. Think about everything you want to get better at. Your work, a craft, listening to someone you love, reading a hard book, sitting with a problem long enough to actually solve it instead of bouncing off of it. Every one of those is gated by the same thing. Can you keep your attention on it without scattering? A sharp mind aimed at one thing cuts through. A scattered mind just sprays in 20 directions and exhausts itself going nowhere. Same engine, completely different results. And the only variable is whether you can aim it. We pour years into learning what to think about. Almost no one trains the aiming itself. Meditation is the aiming. That's why I call it the skill that sharpens every other skill. Improve your focus, and you've quietly upgraded everything beneath it at once. Here's my honest road with this. The focusing part. I'd been doing a version of it my whole life without a name for it. Pressure does that to you. A rush of customers all needing something at once. Getting called on out of nowhere in a classroom. Standing on a stage in front of 1,000 people as a kid. I learned early to clear everything in the background and rest on a single point. I think that was meditation, before I ever called it that. Sitting down on purpose, though, in the quiet, with nothing chasing me, that was its own thing to build. The first time I tried it, all the chatter I'd always been able to outrun under pressure had nowhere to go, and it was loud. I'd sit down, and 4 seconds later, I was gone for the whole session. But I kept showing up, not because I was disciplined, honestly mostly just stubborn. And slowly, over a long time, for me this was years, not weeks, so be patient with yourself. something shifted. The gaps between getting lost got longer. I could rest on one thing and actually stay there for a while. The chatter got quieter, not because I forced it silent, but because I'd stopped feeding every passing thought. And much later, something I didn't expect. Once I could reliably hold my attention on one thing, I started being able to rest it on nothing, just stillness. But that's a story for another video, and it's not the point here, and you don't need it. I only mention it so you know the road keeps going. For now, one thing is more than enough. I'm not telling you this as someone who arrived. I'm telling you I'm further down the same path. I started exactly as scattered as you might feel. And the only thing that worked was showing up. That's it. That's the whole secret, and it's annoyingly simple. Now I have to be straight with you about something the calm and relaxing version of meditation leaves out. Because if I don't, you might quit right when it matters most. Meditation is not always going to feel good. A lot of people sell it as pure relaxation, a spa day for your brain. And often it is calming. But here's what actually happens when you quiet the noise. The things the noise was covering get louder. Feelings you've been outrunning. Thoughts you've been too busy to face. The stuff that surfaces in the silence. And the instinct is to think, I'm doing it wrong. This is supposed to be peaceful, and bail. But that's not it going wrong. That's it going right. The noise in your head is often noise we generate on purpose to keep from sitting with the hard stuff underneath. When you get still, the hard stuff finally gets a chance to surface. And that's the only way you ever actually deal with it. You can't untangle a knot you refuse to look at. So when meditation gets uncomfortable, that's not your cue to stop. That's the work arriving. You don't have to wrestle it or fix it on the spot. You just have to do the same thing you do with any other thought. Notice it, sit with it, and let it be seen. Being seen is most of what those buried things actually want. And let me kill one more myth while we're here. Getting still doesn't mean being numb. It's the opposite. You become more aware of what you're feeling, not less. The point was never to delete the feeling. If a lion were chasing you, you'd want the fear. It's keeping you alive. The skill isn't feeling nothing. It's no longer being yanked around by what you feel. You see it clearly for what it actually is, not what you wish it were, and then you decide what to do with it. That deciding is the whole freedom. This is the difference between using meditation to hide and using it to look. The calm is real, but the looking is where you actually grow. So here's what I'd leave you with. Not a 30-minute regimen, something almost insultingly small, because small is what you'll actually do. Tomorrow, sit down for 2 minutes. Just 2. Rest your attention on your breath. When your mind wanders, and it will, constantly, don't get mad, don't quit, just notice. And come back. That noticing and returning is the whole practice. Every time you do it, that's 1 rep. Do that. Do that most days. Don't chase calm. Don't chase enlightenment. Don't grade yourself. Just keep showing up and keep bringing your attention back. The focus builds on its own. It's a natural consequence. You don't have to force it. You just have to stop abandoning it. You don't need to believe anything I believe to get every bit of this. You just need a breath, 2 minutes, and the willingness to come back. So, what's the one thing you'll point your mind at first?